Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
Ever feel like you're just, drowning in information?
Oh, definitely. Like your news feed is a fire hose sometimes.
Exactly. Or those work reports are just this huge wall of text.
Yep. Hard to know where to even start.
Well, today we're tackling a really fundamental skill, something that can instantly change how you navigate all that information overload.
We're doing a deep dive into mastering identify the main idea.
And we're actually pulling some surprisingly practical insights from Duolingo's Task 14.
That's right. Our mission for you today really is to unpack how this specific task is designed. What are the crucial tips it gives? And maybe most importantly, how could you get a clear, step-by-step way to pinpoint the core message in pretty much any text you come across?
Think of this as your shortcut, maybe. Your way to become a master distiller of knowledge.
Yeah, a distiller, I like that.
Because honestly, in a world that is just overflowing with data, being able to quickly and accurately grab the main idea isn't just like a nice bonus skill.
Yeah. No, it's almost essential now. A superpower, you could say.
It really is. It's what lets you cut through all the noise, instantly get the core argument of a speech or figure out a dense report.
Or even spot maybe the hidden angle in a social media post.
Totally. We're talking about sharpening your mental toolkit for this information age. And this structured approach from Duolingo, it gives you a fantastic framework. So let's dig in.
Okay, so Duolingo Task 14, basically it gives you a short passage, usually just a paragraph,
Right.
and then asks you to pick the idea from a list they give you that best sums up that passage's main point.
And it's timed, right, which adds a bit of pressure.
Exactly, it's timed, designed to push you to quickly identify that core message without getting bogged down in detail.
And what's really cool is that the task itself offers some practical tips right there. The first one seems almost too simple.
Which one's that?
Just to read all the answer options before you jump to a conclusion.
Ah, yes. So important. It's so easy to just grab the first one that looks roughly correct.
I know I've been guilty of that. You see something that fits and you just click.
We all do it. But what's interesting is how that task describes the nature of the correct main idea. It often looks like a topic sentence, a clear statement.
Okay.
But, and this is key, it also says the main idea can be pieced together from context clues scattered through the passage.
Ah, so it's not always explicitly stated right at the beginning or end.
Exactly. It tells us right away.
Right.
Sometimes it's obvious front and center.
Yeah.
Other times you're going to need to infer it, do a bit more detective work.
Right.
The goal, though, is that the correct answer should become clear after you've actually read the text closely.
They give a really good example, too, which I think makes this clearer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, imagine a passage describing some event, right? Prizes, certificates being awarded,
Right.
various people giving speeches, community leaders, politicians,
Yeah.
students, and everyone's focused on like past achievements and future hopes. There's this general feeling of celebration, hard work paying off, students moving on to college, work, marriage, the army, all that stuff.
Got it. A mix of celebration and looking forward.
Right. And then the answer choices are things like, this event is about speeches and families, or maybe this event is about student frustration and happiness.
Okay, I see where this is going. Those feel a bit off.
Exactly. So the correct choice, which isn't explicitly stated word for word in the passage, but it's clearly the main theme.
Would be something like, this event is a graduation ceremony.
Precisely. The key is avoiding choices that are too narrow, like only focusing on speeches.
Or families, yeah.
Or choices that bring in ideas not really supported by the text, like frustration. You need that umbrella statement.
That makes sense. Finding the category it fits into.
And here's where it gets really interesting, tying back to the broader skill we all need. The task explicitly says you must know how to read for a topic sentence or main idea, and that this main idea is often repeated, maybe paraphrased, throughout the text.
Okay, repetition is a clue.
Yes. And crucially, it connects this main idea to what writing teachers often call the controlling idea when you write a paragraph.
Ah, the controlling idea, that central point that holds the whole paragraph together.
They are essentially the same thing. That single main point the paragraph wants to get across, the idea that controls all the supporting details.
So it's like finding the author's thesis for that specific paragraph.
Exactly, but then this raises a really important question, doesn't it?
What happens when there isn't an obvious topic sentence? Sometimes paragraphs just flow without one clear signpost sentence.
Right. What do you do then?
Well, the source tells us that in those cases, you have to make inferences, educated guesses, basically, about what the paragraph is really getting at.
Okay, inferring. That feels a bit trickier.
It can be. But it points out that authors usually use synonyms, different words, for the same core idea, multiple times within the paragraph.
Ah, so even if the main point isn't stated up front, the concept keeps reappearing in different words.
Precisely. That makes it easier to locate that subtle, unstated controlling idea. This focus on synonymous repetition, even when the topic sentence is hiding, is a really powerful clip.
Okay, that's a great practical tip. Look for repeated concepts, even if the words change.
Definitely.
So we've kind of covered the what the main idea is and the why it's important.
Now for the critical how do you actually do it effectively?
Yes. And this source breaks down a very clear, like an actionable 6-step procedure, like a mental checklist you can run through.
Okay, let's hear it. Step 1.
Step 1, read the passage through one time, but with a specific focus. You're actively noting any synonymous repetition of words or phrases.
Right. Hunting for those repeated concepts we just talked about, the signposts.
Exactly. Then, step 2, your main goal is find a topic sentence. If you spot one, great.
Easy enough if it's there.
But if there isn't an obvious one, you immediately pivot. Ask yourself, what concept or idea is repeated most often?
Okay, so that's the fallback. If there's no clear topic sentence, find the most repeated idea.
That's your strategy for inferring the main point when it's not explicit.
Makes sense. What's step 3?
Step 3 is simple but crucial and probably easy to skip when you're rushed. Read all 4 possible answers carefully.
Back to that first tip. Don't just jump on the first one.
Right, don't rush it because the best answer might not be the most obvious one at first glance.
Okay. Step 4.
For step 4, you try this neat trick. Read only the support sentences, or just focus on those repeated parts you identified earlier.
Okay. Just the supporting details or the repeated bits.
Yeah, and then compare those directly with the answer options. The idea is this helps filter out distracting info or details that aren't really central to the core message.
Interesting. Like isolating the evidence and seeing which answer choice it points to.
Exactly. Now, step 5 is more of a mental exercise, but apparently quite powerful. After you've read the passage and looked at the options, try to write your own topic sentence in your head. Just formulate what you think the main point is.
Okay, I like summarizing it for myself first.
Yes. The thinking is this sentence you generate yourself will probably be very close to one of the correct answers they provided. It's like a self-check.
I like that. A way to confirm your understanding before picking.
And finally, step 6. This is a critical filter, really vital for avoiding common traps.
What's a trap?
The answer choices might try to offer you a specific detail or just one example from the text as the main idea.
Getting too specific. Mistaking a piece of evidence for the overall point.
Exactly. Never choose those. The correct answer should always read like a true topic sentence, broad enough to cover the whole passage, not too specific like a single detail. It's about that overarching theme, that controlling idea.
So it needs to encompass everything, not just zoom in on one part.
Precisely.
If we, connect this back to the bigger picture, it really is about seeing the forest, not just the individual trees, isn't it?
That's a great way to put it. The main idea isn't a single branch or a specific leaf.
Right. It's the whole forest, or at least, the dominant type of tree in that forest. It's the summary that covers everything without getting lost down in the weeds.
Yeah, discerning the forest from the trees. That metaphor really works. And it makes me wonder, how often do we get caught up in the branches, in our daily information diet?
All the time, probably. We miss the entire forest.
So thinking about all this, what does it mean for you, the listener, navigating your own information world?
Well, what we've talked about today, this whole strategic approach, finding the topic sentence or making those educated guesses from clues and repetition, it's incredibly powerful.
It really is. It gives you a structured way to think about any text you encounter.
And these methods, even though we're looking at them through the lens of, a Duolingo task, they aren't just for tests or language learning.
Absolutely not. They're practical tools for everyday life, for dealing with information.
They help you cut through that noise we mentioned, bypass the feeling of overload, and get straight to the core of what you need to know.
Whether it's a news article, an email from your boss, a complex report, anything.
Exactly. So here's something to think about. Considering how much information is constantly coming at you, what's one area of your life? Maybe it's your newsfeed, maybe work reports, maybe even just scrolling through social media.
Right.
Where could actively applying these main idea principles immediately help you gain clarity?
help you avoid feeling so overwhelmed.
Right. What insights might you unlock if you consistently started looking for that controlling idea in everything you read, instead of just letting the details wash over you?
That's a great question to ponder. Something to think about as you navigate that huge sea of information out there.
Definitely food for thought.
Well, until next time, keep those minds sharp, everyone.
And keep diving deep.